Engineering design is a systematic way of solving problems. Researchers define a problem, brainstorm solutions, and design and develop prototypes. Finding background information is essential in this process. Designers need to consider the problem they are trying to solve and why is it so important. What are the research needs around this problem and how do they intersect with other disciplines? In this video, we are going to explore how to find background information in engineering using dictionaries, encyclopedias, and handbooks. Dictionaries. By using dictionaries, you can gain a brief but fundamental understanding of technical terms in your field. Because so many of our dictionaries are online and full text searchable, we can use Dragon Search on the library's homepage to search for individual entries. Let us use the example of carbon nanotubes. If we want to find a reliable dictionary definition for this term, we can search for engineering dictionaries carbon nanotubes. This should bring up any items that include all four of these words. Ideally, an engineering dictionary containing the term carbon nanotubes. If we use the filters on the left to filter to reference entries, we get a number of options, including this entry in the 200,019 dictionary of mechanical engineering. The entry is extremely short and concise. It defines the term, outlines a few properties of carbon nanotubes, and presents some applications like tissue engineering. Encyclopedias. For more in-depth background material, consider searching for an encyclopedia entry. Encyclopedias may include a historical overview of a topic, statistical information, or illustrations. Entries are usually written by subject experts and contain references. Access Science is the online version of the Encyclopedia of Science and Technology and contains entries on many core engineering topics. Find Access Science on the Engineering Research Guide. Once in Access Science, we can either search for entries or browse categories. You can see here a category for engineering and materials, and within this category, there are so many different subcategories to explore to deepen your knowledge. We can see carbon nanotubes here under the materials subcategory. Right away, we can see this entry is much longer than the dictionary entry. It was last updated in 2019, and we can see the expert who wrote it. Like the dictionary entry, this author has included a definition, properties, and applications, but in much greater detail and with accompanying images. We are also encouraged to check out related topics and further reading. Access Science is one encyclopedia, but Novel is a database that contains many encyclopedias, handbooks, and other resources for engineering research. Find Novel on the Engineering Research Guide. Novel also has a property search feature, but I'm going to review that in detail in another video. A search in Novel for carbon nanotubes brings up entries from several different sources. If I click on the Definitions tab, I can choose to filter to entries from encyclopedias. This entry from 2001 goes into great detail and contains a number of images, diagrams, and a bibliography. If I want something more recent, I can always sort my entries by publication date. Handbooks. Finally, handbooks are a different source you might consider using when doing background research. Handbooks contain collected primary data from diverse sources that are categorized and used for answering quick factual questions. They often contain tables, figures, and diagrams. Novel contains a number of handbooks. This entry on carbon nanotubes within the 2016 Handbook of Fillers contains quick facts about the material, its density, tensile strength, melting point, and common manufacturers, just to name a few. It also goes on to have a description, diagrams, and references similar to the encyclopedia. We have just scratched the surface on finding background information for engineering research, covering how to use dictionaries, encyclopedias, and handbooks to gain a better understanding of a topic. For more information, see our other videos in the series on engineering research, and please check out our research guide at libguides.library.drexel.edu/engineering.